I want to say this to the women of, I call them brown women, but the society says black. I want to say this to brown women everywhere who are getting their minds liberated, who are understanding that their self-love is their responsibility and their only responsibility, that they don't owe the world anything. If it's babies, they don't owe men intimacy with their bodies, okay? You don't owe them, all right? It's not a transaction. It's not a payment. It's not a down payment. If you're getting liberated and you're understanding that, if you've listened to people like Cynthia G and Princella, those are the only two names I'm calling, because there are some smaller content creators that I don't know their names offhand that are speaking, and people are getting liberated. Not to anything but love. That's the funny part about it. They're getting liberated to love themselves in a way that they have never been encouraged to do so before. So it's a authentically love-centered movement. But I want to say this to brown women. Like I said, when I say brown, I replace that term that everybody uses that ends with a K. I don't like it. Children don't like it either, by the way. When you try to teach a child that's brown, that B word, the BLACK, I remember this little boy crying. He didn't want to accept it. I remember being repulsed by that. I didn't understand why you're forcing me to identify with this color that I don't relate to. It's artificial. So I can make up my own title since it was artificial in the first place. So I say brown, because we are brown. So anyway, here's what I really want to say. This movement is for you. This is not for you now to try to unlock other cultures of people. Women, we do that all the time. We get a little bit of healing, and now we want to go and be healers of the world, and on top of that, for free. Okay? No. Where were they when you were sitting in your mess? Where they walked past you and they thumbed their nose up at you? Right? They stuck their nose in the air. They looked at you as if, even though you had more credentials, even though you were more qualified, they looked down on you as if you were a novice. You were a new staff member. You were in the industry for 15 years, and they looked at you like you just got there after them. When they were in school, you were already working in the field. So you're not going to go out there and try to save other cultures. Now, having said that, I'm going to repeat it. You're not going to go out there trying to save other cultures. That doesn't mean you're going to be angry and bitter and negative toward other cultures. No. It just means you're going to do what? Mind your own business. And you're going to take care of yourself because nobody ever did it the way they were supposed to. And now you're doing it, and that's your only priority. By the way, they're fine. They're better than fine, and they know this. They will utilize you just like everybody else has done and will do. They will go and utilize you and just say, okay, she's a resource. And we are. And I'm going to use her for what she can give me. And after that, after I get some of what she got, I'm going to leave her where she is and go on to greater and greater things. So this is our time to love ourselves, our time to be healed. This is literally a moment for us. I personally am not interested in any international women's liberation movement. That is not what I'm about. Having said that, there is a movement going on. And my whole point is we need to recognize where we stop and something else takes over. So we're not to get involved in the movement across the waters. Let them have their movement where they orchestrate it for their own, if you understand. So be careful in this time where you start focusing on other races and thinking that this is genuinely a movement for women. Yes, there might be movements across the entire globe for women. But right here and right now, you are to focus on you. So I'm giving you the liberty and permission to only worry about your own, you and yourself. and not every woman of every culture and hue, because they can worry about themselves. We are not going to be breastfeeding the societies. That job is over. We are not going to be breastfeeding them. We are not giving them of our sustenance anymore. We are going to take care of ourselves, and they will have to figure it out or not.